more division of whole numbers. We can think about division as a missing factor problem. In multiplication, we know that we have factor times factor is equal to a product. Let's look at 2 times 3 and create it with blocks. Here, I can see that my factors are 2 and 3, and my product is 6. Let's have the equation 4 times 3 is equal to n, and we're going to do this again using blocks. So let's create it. And I can see that I have 4 times 3, and this is equal to n. If I were to count the blocks, or I would add 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or I would multiply 3 times 4, 4 times 3, I get n equal to 12. We have 2 sides, 4 and 3, and we multiply to find the area or the product, which is 12. Let's solve the equation 4 times L is equal to 12. And again, we're going to create it. We have 12 blocks, because that is our product. And we know that one of our factors is 4. Moving the other blocks to create a rectangle, we can see that our missing side length is 3. So this is 4. We're given one of the factors. We're given the product, which is 12. And what we wanted to find was L, the length of the other side. And we could see L is equal to 3. And I'm going to write the equation that this represents. So we have this represents 4 times L is equal to 12. Okay, we were given one side and the area. We had to find the missing side. Let's look at another problem. Let's have the equation 12 divided by 4 is equal to L. Well, I'm going to start with 12 blocks. And my divisor is 4. So I'm going to put them into 4 groups. So I'm going to create 4 rows that each have the same number of units in them. And again, labeling this I can see that I have 3 across the top. So we can say that our unknown is equal to 3. The parts we were given was our divisor and the total area, or the product, the total number of blocks we had. What does this represent if I were to write it as an equation? This represents 12 divided by 4 is equal to L. Every division problem can be thought of as a missing factor multiplication problem. And if we look at these two models, they look the same. 12 divided by 4, our bottom model, is equivalent to the top model. 4 times L is equal to 12. Let's look at another area model. Like multiplication, we can understand division with the area model. In multiplication, there are 2 factors that are the lengths of the sides of the rectangle. So let's draw it. And I'm going to label it. So I have factor and factor, and the area of the rectangle is the product. In division, only one of the lengths of the rectangle is known. So let's draw this one and see what we have. The one length that we know is known as the divisor. The area of the rectangle is also known, and that we call the dividend. What we are looking for is the length of the missing side, or the other length. That is called the quotient. So let's use the area model to illustrate a couple of division problems. Let's show 6 divided by 2 equals L. We're going to start out with 6 blocks. Because the divisor is 2, we need to arrange these blocks into 2 equal rows. How many units are in each row? Well, I can see I have 3 units or 3 blocks in the row. So the quotient is 3. I could check that by multiplying 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Let's do this with another one. Let's show 8 divided by 4 is equal to L. So again, I'm going to start out with 8 blocks. And because my divisor is 4, I'm going to arrange my 8 blocks into 4 equal rows. How many units are in each row? Well, I could see I have 2 units in each row. So I could check this by multiplying. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Let's think about this. Notice that making the rectangle did not require us to do any subtracting. We just needed to see that all the rows were equal and that all of the units had been used. The quotient was known once a single row was counted. We have another case though. What happens if I have units or blocks, but I can't arrange them into a rectangle? So let's look at 7 divided by 2. Okay, I'm starting out with 7 blocks or 7 units. Because the divisor is 2, I'm going to arrange my units into 2 equal rows. But look, my rows aren't equal. In order to make the rows equal, I have to remove that 1. I can see in my rectangle now, I have 3 units in a row. There's 1 unit remaining. It doesn't go in any row because there aren't enough units for all of the rows to get another unit. I would write this as 7 divided by 2 is equal to 3 remainder 1. And I could check this by multiplying and then adding. 2 times 3 is equal to 6 plus 1. And 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. And let's try this one more time. And let's show 8 divided by 3 is equal to L. So we're going to start out with 8 units. Our divisor is 3. So we are going to arrange the units into 3 equal rows. But look, I don't have a complete row. So those 2 blocks must be my remainder. I could say then that 8 divided by 3 is equal to 2 because I have 2 units in each row, remainder 2. And I could also check this by multiplying. I have 3 times 2 plus 2. Well, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2, and 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. Thank you for watching.